Good day guys, Mark here again and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, you love cars, DIYs, and anything car related, please consider subscribing and check out my playlist. On today's video guys, I'm gonna do a comparison between the spark plug that I'm using right now, the DENSO twin-tip iridium spark plugs, and we're gonna compare it to NGK's iridium laser spark plugs. Okay, so the difference between the two would be, of course, the NGK laser is only a single tip iridium, and aside from that, the difference between the two would be the hex size. The hex size is not that important. That's actually just the size of the hexagon that is being used to tighten or loosen the spark plugs, and does not affect in any way the performance of the spark plugs. All right, so what we're gonna compare is would be the engine idle, and later on maybe I'll just do a post once I hit the road or use the NGK iridium um, when I use the car to later. Okay, so first things first is, since I've been using the NGK iridium laser, this one is quietly new because I replaced and sold the 1 year old or maybe 10 months old iridium or twin tip iridium spark plugs last month. So this one is maybe a month less, or no, 1 month old, Denso twin tip iridium. So this is quite new. I will be using the NGK laser, so I'm thinking of selling this spark plug for a very cheap price. Okay, so watch out for that guys. Okay, so first things first is we're gonna compare the engine idle. This would be a cold start. um Let me just start up the engine and show you guys. So that's the engine temp. I'll pop up the hood and show you guys the idle of the engine. Alright guys, so this is the twin tip iridium. You can see there's barely any vibration on the engine, so we're gonna compare it with the NGK laser iridium.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so if you guys are planning to replace the spark plugs on your own, and if you're gonna use a Denso twin tip iridium, you will need a size 14mm deep socket spark plug remover, and a size 16 for your stock or your old spark plugs. Okay, and the size 10T wrench for all these bolts. Okay, and the ratchet. Alright, so that's the NGK iridium. I'm gonna show you guys how you will replace the spark plugs on your car. Alright guys, so first thing that you will do would be to remove the airbox assembly, like this one. So the good thing about the NGK iridium laser spark plugs is the hex of it is size 16, so it's the same with the stock spark plugs that comes with your Hyundai Eon, versus the Denso twin tip iridium, which is a size 14. I'm actually excited to test the NGK laser iridium, so hopefully it doesn't, or it will not disappoint. Okay. So again, I might sell the NGK or the DENSO twin-tip iridium. So remove the air box, remove the high tension wire or the spark plug cap, and using the size 14, let's remove the DENSO twin-tip iridium. So I'm gonna show you guys that I'm using the DENSO twin-tip iridium is you guys might be thinking that I'm not using the products I sell. Alright, it's a bit hot because we started the engine. So this is my DENSO twin-tip iridium. Okay, so it's still pearly white because again this is about a month old. Okay. So this is the NGK laser iridium. This is the DENSO twin-tip iridium. So this is size 16, so we'll be using the 16mm deep socket spark plugs, but to avoid any damages on the cylinder head threads, try to tighten it by hand first. Perfect. So once you feel that you're able to turn the spark plug maybe a few threads inwards, then use the extension in the size 16 deep socket. Done. Okay, spark plug 1 is done. Alright, so we will be working on spark plug 2. Same cycle, size 14, since this is a DENSO. Alright, so out with the DENSO. So that's my twin tip iridium. We'll be using the NGK laser. Okay. Same cycle, tighten it by hand. And so I'm pretty sure the idle would be the same. The difference might be with the performance. Okay, so we all know that the DENSO 20 iridium performs really well. The acceleration, everything, fuel economy, I assure you guys that twin tip iridium is worth every cent. Okay, spark plug 2. So you might want to spray with your spark plug cap with there's actually a special grease that is being used to lubricate the cap, so it would be easier for you to push that in. But since we don't have one available, I'm actually just using an ordinary penetrating oil. So we're at spark plug number 3. So I'm not sure if you guys can sense, but I'm excited right now. So both DENSO and NGK spark plugs are both made in Japan. So that's the old DENSO, and this is our new NGK. So tighten it by hand. And also the reason why you wanted to lubricate the spark plug cap, aside from it being easy to return, it would be a lot easier for you to remove it in the future. Okay, spark plug 3 is done. I'll just give it a good spray and just push that. So if you guys are using the DENSO Twin Tip Iridium, no need to lubricate, because the what do you call this, the ceramic part is smaller than the ordinary spark plug, so this will be a bit loose. But don't worry, because the spark plug cap has a clamp that locks to the upper part of the spark plug, so no worries about the spark plug cap pulling out while you're running, so it doesn't happen. So next step would be to return the intake hose. Alright, so time to return the air box. Simply, again, tighten everything by hand. And just a tip, guys, after returning the assembly, don't tighten it yet. Start the engine first and check if there are any loose spark plug caps or spark plug, so it would be easier for you to dismantle the airbox assembly and tighten everything. But for me, I actually made sure that everything is tight. So done. So now we start the engine. Alright guys, so I just finished installing the NGK laser iridium spark plugs on my Hyundai Eon. Now time to start it. Let's go. Ooh. Okay, so for the idle, from inside, I can barely feel anything. There's not much vibration, similar with the DENSO. So let's go to the engine bay. Idle is actually the same. There's barely any movement. Wow. So the response is actually identical to the DENSO. So I can't wait to test ride this this spark plug and see how it performs. If it's similar with the DENSO, then great. You know, if not, let's see. Okay, I'll give you guys an honest review. Oh, by the way, that's the box of the NGK laser. So I'm gonna show you guys that I replaced the spark plugs with the NGK. Alright, so that's the twin tip iridium. So I'm gonna test it later when I go to the LBC to ship some orders, and we'll let you guys know.
Eventually.
Alright guys, so we will be doing a review on the performance of the NGK laser iridium spark plugs for Hyundai Eon. This also we also have NGK laser iridium for Kia Picanto, Toyota Wigo, Hyundai Accent, Suzuki Alto. So we have a lot of spark plugs for most type of vehicles. Thank you. So pardon the video guys, since I don't have the proper equipment to do car vlogging. So initial feedback on the NGK laser iridium, acceleration is quite similar with the DENSO iridium. That second gear with AC on. Woohoo! Check out that acceleration guys, very nice. And good thing about it is that's not the limit guys, that's not yet the limit. Woohoo! Let's try that again. So second gear, AC on. Oh my god guys, so not yet the limit. We were able to reach 70 kph. Again, that's not yet the limit. Oh my god. Second gear. second gear, 70 kph. Not too bad. And fun thing about it is, again, that's not yet the limit. So I'm gonna answer the question I know most of you guys will ask, which is better, the DENSO twin tip Iridium or the NGK Iridium laser. If you ask me which is more convenient to install, of course it's the NGK laser Iridium, because you'll just be using the same socket size 16, or the hex of the laser Iridium. It's size 16. The DENSO uses a size 14. Performance wise, it's actually similar. It's the same, almost the same. The DENSO has a slight advantage when it comes to the initial acceleration. Okay, limit is the same. It's very long, as you guys see, or saw rather. We were able to reach 70 kph at second gear with AC on, with no problems at all. So I'm going downhill, but a while ago I was able to test this uphill, no problem. Similar with DENSO. So which is better? Actually, it's the same, guys. It's identical. But I might use the NGK for now, and might sell the twin tip Iridium, the one that I've replaced a while ago. So I might use the DENSO, or rather the NGK. So which is better? It depends on you guys. Again, DENSO has a slight advantage when it comes to the initial acceleration, but when it comes to the second, third, fourth, fifth gear, it's identical with the DENSO. Price range, NGK is $200 more expensive than DENSO. Is it worth it? Hell yeah, because it's made in Japan. Both DENSO and NGK are made in Japan. So I'll leave it with you guys, which one you prefer. Alright guys, so that's how you replace the spark plugs on your Hyundai Eon, or any car for that matter. For me, I replaced the DENSO twin tip Iridium with NGK laser Iridium, and later on I'll take it for a spin, and we'll let you guys know what's the performance or the difference between the two. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. If you guys are interested to order any of those spark plugs, the NGK laser or DENSO twin tip Iridium, you can visit my Facebook page or search my Facebook profile. It's McCoy Reyes. Just shoot me a PM. COD COP available nationwide. Yep, again, this is Mark. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. See you on the next video.